Let's do this. Welcome to Humanity Chats. We do this on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's a conversation talking about everyday issues that affect humans. Today, we have a special guest. His name is Adom Appiah, 16-year-old young man. He happens to be my son, my favorite dance partner who puts me to shame. I cannot wait for you guys to meet Adom and to hear me chat with him. I really appreciate you signing on, joining us. It means a lot to me that there are people who actually want to hear a conversation between a mom and her teenage son. If you're here tonight and you have some friends who you would like to invite, or if you have any teenagers at home or even young kids, get them to come join you on the screen or share this. If you're on YouTube, send your comments. And if you're on Facebook, share your comments on Marjy TV. We will be able to highlight some of your comments on the page, and Adom may be able to answer some of your questions. Now, with Humanity Chats, we try to start with some kind of current news. And today, it's Black Women Equal Pay Day, yay! And so I implore you all to stand with us as we continue to fight for equal pay for all women. Thank you so much once again for joining us tonight. My name is Marjy Marj. I am the author of The Shimmigrant and Same Elephants. And as I said before, we have Adom Appiah, a 16-year-old young man coming to talk to us. I am excited. I am hyped. You see, I'm using all my young people terms tonight because I want to impress Adom. I have no idea what he's going to say. We haven't rehearsed this, but I'm hoping that we have a good time. So I'm going to bring Adom to the chat room. Don't forget to send your questions and your comments as we welcome this young man, the sunshine in my life, Adom Appiah. Hey, Adom.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Mom, to be on your show. I know it's really busy and you have big-time guests, so thank you for opening up a slot for me.
Oh, come on, Adom. You're my biggest time guest. I mean, guys, this is Adom. He's trying to butter me up. Maybe he wants to do this so I don't tell him to go clean his room. I really don't know, but okay, Adom, it's good to have you. Viewers, this is Adom Appiah. He's a 16-year-old sophomore. Oh no, you're
a rising junior.
You're a rising junior. Yeah. You're lucky I didn't say you were 14. So, it's all right, baby. Well, Adom, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yeah. So I'll give you kind of an insight into my life. I tell a lot of people a very similar story, but I'll kind of add some things to kind of broaden it a little bit. So kind of maybe the reason why I'm here. When I was in middle school, my teacher, Miss Kelsey Turner, kind of gave us this project called 20 Time, where you dedicate 20% of your class time to a project that helps someone or something. And the whole idea with brainstorming it was kind of using your passions to make a difference. And with that, I kind of got to thinking, got to brainstorming, thought about my passion of sports and basketball, talked to some friends, and we were able to organize a celebrity basketball game. And with our community partners, that was able to eventually grow into a nonprofit organization that has helped several organizations and raised tens of thousands of dollars to this day. And with my experiences with Ball for Good and the friendships and connections I made, I was able to write the book right behind me called Kids Can Change the World, inspiring other kids to make a difference in their community. And I was able to write a second book called Bouncing Back from Failure, discussing kind of dealing with hardship, dealing with things that are obstacles that are actually blessings in disguise. And a few of you may know, but I went to the National Spelling Bee when I was in middle school. And that kind of discussed my kind of journey and how I dealt with not achieving the ultimate success of being at the Bee, but understanding the blessing that I had in participating in the competition and how I could grow from that, how I could use that to my advantage to learn and just grow. And so as time has gone on, I've tried to continue with my passions. I try at least 3 times a week to go outside, play some basketball, go on a little run, stay active during quarantine. But another quarantine activity that I used through Ball for Good was Music for Good. And we partnered with the Ball for Good team. We kind of raised funds on Instagram, Facebook, and other social media platforms through a GoFundMe where I would DJ and my friend Josh, aka JJ Black, would come and dance for the people, and people loved our show, and we were able to raise a ton of money, much more money than we had ever expected, and help children impacted by COVID-19. So, as you can tell, I'm very passionate about music. In my day, I find some time to listen to music, make some music. I really feel like music really helps the soul and brings positivity into my life, into the lives of others. And so I'm really all about just tapping into your passion, using it to make something positive in the world. So that's what I've done with sports and music.
Wow, I don't. I don't know what to say next. It looks like we're done with the interview. You, you answered all my questions even before I got the chance to ask one. Well, I guess I'm gonna ask you about Ball for Good since that's the first thing that you talked about. It started as a middle school project. Um, can you tell me a little bit more about the process and if you had any help along the way?
For sure, yeah. I definitely have plenty of help. I mean, I definitely couldn't have done this on my own. It really takes a village. And so in my process, it started in the classroom. So the first people that helped me were my teacher and my classmates when it came to understanding my ideas. Uh, my first project for 20 Time actually wasn't Ball for Good. It was another project that would be helping the elderly with technology, which I've seen some friends of mine kind of doing things like that recently. So I know that would have been a good project, but as I kind of got with the brainstorming process, I realized that my heart wasn't in it. And so I kind of transitioned and like caught a new pitch, new everything for Ball for Good. And so Miss Turner evaluated that and eventually approved it. And so the next step was to find a mentor. And something that I discuss in Kids Can Change the World, because that's a very important process. And after some tedious research, I ended up coming across my mentor, Miss Mary Thomas, uh, of the Spartanburg County Foundation. And I think that was a really good choice of mine because Miss Thomas has been able to mentor me in a way that has been beyond professional. I see her as like an aunt of mine. She cooks really well, and I love her food. Anytime I go over there to like help her with housework or yard work, anything. But along with that, like a package deal, I was able to get a mentorship and start to understand the ins and outs of the business world, philanthropy. And along with that, I had a long contact list that I could reference through the Spartanburg County Foundation. And so, in approaching Ms. Thomas to be my mentor, I ended up inheriting a whole Spartanburg County Foundation family that was able to kind of propel me and propel Ball for Good to something astronomical beyond what I could have ever imagined.
Wow, astronomical indeed. Well, we're thankful for your experience and for all the help that you've received. Now, you guys organize celebrity basketball games, soccer games, and how do you recruit the people for your games?
Yes. Okay. So recruiting, it's kind of a multi-step process, but we eventually start with maybe a cold call, something just reaching out to people. And as at first when we did this, we weren't entirely sure of the success of it, but we decided to try it out, see how many people would be interested, and the response was incredible. I mean, people were so excited to lace up and get on the court. And these are community leaders who you see in boardrooms, make like calling all the big shots and everything. And so to see these people responding to a kid's project was really a testament to our community and how wonderful it is, and how we can really unite behind kind of a great cause and getting something out to the community, bringing people together. And so our big headliner for our first and second year was none other than Zion Williamson. Everybody knows who he is, and he was a great inspiration to Ball for Good and to me in my process. And so, approaching him as a friend to participate in the celebrity games really propelled Ball for Good to another level because we're able to bring kind of the celebrity status to the first year of Ball for Good and then kind of continue putting out our message, putting out things for the community while being propelled by that help, being propelled by those mentors and other people who decided to join in Ball for Good and were able to discover Ball for Good through Zion or through like community newspapers, other publicity, and other things like that. So recruiting is really something that can help a lot because in recruiting someone, you're really recruiting everybody that comes with them. So when you reach out to someone, their whole workplace comes to support. They come to cheer them on, no matter how good or bad they are. And it's just really fun to watch everybody participate and have fun with our community. Playing a simple game like basketball, but showing their competitive side a little bit, showing the community that they are human, and it's just really endearing, and it's a really fun time all together. Every year we've done it.
Well, I know because I got game when I played. Boy, did you see my shots?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sure what you're referencing, but based on what I saw, I don't know about all that.
Oh, come on, Adom, you got to give me some props. Well, about your process, and so you do give grants to organizations that apply to be recipients. Do you make those decisions by yourself? How do you go by the process?
No, it's definitely not by myself. I don't think that would be a very sustainable process because I'd be a little bit biased at some points. I'd be confused. I get confused a lot. So we definitely have a team. Our grants committee is comprised of youth from all around Spartanburg and some from Greenville. And basically, we take a request for proposals, and nonprofit organizations submit their proposals to us. And after a training from the Spartanburg County Foundation team, we're able to learn how to review grants and eventually decide a top four. And so once we decide those top four recipients, then we pass that along to the school systems, Spartanburg Day Schools, District 7, District 6, and we get them to vote on the four organizations and pick their number one. And that number one organization ends up getting the main Ball for Good grant from the games.
That's great. That's great. Wow. What a process. Thank you to you and your team for all that hard work. And special thanks to the Spartanburg County Foundation for coaching you, teenagers, to do this. That's amazing. Now, my next question is, so now that we have this pandemic, what are your plans for any upcoming tournaments or games?
It's a good question. Yes. So what we've done to kind of cope with that, because we weren't able to have our celebrity game this year because it's usually in April, and that's kind of when things started to unfold. That was like the not necessarily the height of it because there have been various peaks in the need for social distancing and the need for kind of quarantining. And so in April we kind of launched this program called Music for Good, kind of a subsidiary of Ball for Good. And so we had a DJ session where I would DJ. I like to DJ on the side. I did my school's homecoming, and that was kind of like an exposure for me. I got to learn a little more the ins and outs of DJing. And so my friend Josh, a Ball for Good team member, a constant volunteer of ours, joined us, and he's a dancer. He goes by the name JJ Black on all media platforms. I suggest you go check him out. He's really talented, and he came and he joined us. And we had a guest dancer, Son of Ice, who joined us for our first episode, and that was really wonderful because that guy is crazy talented. I mean, he was hitting some crazy breakdance moves. But yes, through Music for Good, that continued fundraiser. I don't exactly remember when we ended it, but I know it went for quite a while. And over the course of those weeks, we were able to raise a substantial amount of money to help children impacted by COVID-19. And as far as the future, you know, I don't know. There's no way of being certain how off how soon we're going to be able to resume what we normally do, with basketball. And so that kind of hinders us. But in a way, it kind of opens doors too, because we're able to explore new avenues. We still have money from Music for Good that we are looking at various organizations that can benefit from it. And so in the future, we could look to maybe repeat Music for Good or expand into something else that's digital. I know I've had talks with a friend and a constant partner and big time volunteer who just went off to college, Charles Richard. We talked about having a basketball kind of tournament, but virtually, like 2K or some kind of video game, and maybe like raising money through a stream. Uh, I wasn't all for the feasibility of it, but thinking of it, I mean, when the situation that we're in now, that might not be too bad of an idea. So we could try something like that. Really digitally, the opportunities are endless. Like you see the way that the program Zoom has really just skyrocketed in these past few months because of its accessibility and how people are able to use it, its versatility. Like, so online, there are really limitless possibilities. I mean, even though we can't go outside, we can't do what we normally do safely, we can still safely raise money and raise awareness and stay kind of in the loop, relevant, and helping people, which is our main goal online. And so we're looking to do more and more things to bring people together.
Wow, Adom, you never cease to impress me. And your vocabulary, baby, I gotta learn from you. You indeed are a big time speller. Now we're gonna move on from Ball for Good to talk a little bit about your books, Adom. Can you tell us your writing process, where we can find your books, and if your books have any reviews out there?
Yes. So my writing process, I don't know if you can exactly call it a process. It's more like it doesn't follow a set routine. Like Kids Can Change the World, I wrote in a week. Bouncing Back from Failure, I wrote it for the course of a few months. And the Kids Can Change the World Young Readers Edition, the illustrations took a long time. I didn't do them personally. We had somebody who was very talented work on our illustrations for us, because if anybody knows me, they know I cannot draw. But uh, Kids Can Change the World, though, the text, that took a couple of days because I was just looking at the base of Kids Can Change the World, the original edition. And so I kind of translated that into a young reader language, and that has gotten great reviews all around from schools. We've had school programs by Kids Can Change the World, Bounce Back from Failure, and Young Readers Edition for their school programs as part of their curriculum. And that's kind of caught me off guard because I didn't expect that kind of success for my books. I just put them together and really didn't even expect them to turn into books until uh, a page turned into a chapter, which turned into another chapter. And eventually I was just writing stories about myself and about other people who inspire me and can inspire other youth. And so through my books, I've been able to uplift a lot of people. We've received several positive reviews. People are inspired by the work, and people share it with their kids, share it with even adults. Bouncing Back from Failure has been popular with adults, which I find interesting because on the cover it says by a kid for kids, but adults are really inspired by it too. I mean, that just goes to show that literature can really apply to anybody if you really open your mind and kind of uh, get ready to read it and absorb it and learn what the person has to say. I mean, not saying that I have something super great to say, but people like my books, people like the message that I kind of put out with them, and so the success that I've seen has kind of been eye opening to me that a lot of people are looking for inspiration, and that can come from many places.
That's good to know. I am inspired by you. I read Bouncing Back from Failure, and it made me cry a little bit, especially the part where you talked about your spelling bee experience. Um, you went back to the room and you were very sad, but when you got out, you were motivating other kids who were sad, and reading that part tore me up. Can you tell me about that experience at the spelling bee?
Yes, the spelling bee experience is something that I wouldn't trade for the world. I've made some of my best friends through Scripps National Spelling Bee. We just found a lot in common. We've kind of just kept that connection. I know it's difficult to do from a distance because we're in different states, even in different countries. But I maintain that connection, and everybody just is kind of like minded, and we really enjoy each other's company. We share jokes all the time and talk about our spelling bee experiences. But in getting out in that year, I think it really taught me through experience how to embrace failure, how to understand it, and how to use it to propel yourself. Because walling around in failure isn't really going to do anything. But as I kind of took my failure and flipped it into something positive, as motivating other kids who were grief stricken by their elimination from the bee or anything like that, it was kind of uplifting for me. It was exciting, and it just taught me that failure really isn't the end, and that there's always something beyond it that you can look forward to. And so the spelling bee, I really have to thank for that, because that lesson I got to learn really early in life, and I've kind of applied it to more and more things as my life's gone on.
Wow. Wow. Sometimes I wonder if you really are a young man or if you're an old man, because some of your words are deep, Adom. Now you have received several awards. You received the Prudential Spirit of the Community Award, the Gloria Barron Award. Can you tell us a little bit about the International Youth Philanthropist of the Year? Can you tell us a little bit about your awards?
I mean, I really couldn't name all the awards I've received. I'm blessed to be in the position to receive those awards. And anytime I have to give a speech, I try to uplift other people, show them that they are capable of whatever they put their mind to, whatever they wish to do, they can do with a positive mindset and just a happy outlook on the world. And with my awards, I've really just really like I don't go out looking to earn those awards. I go out looking to make an impact, make a difference, and just continue Ball for Good's main mission of helping communities through sports. The awards are kind of just a plus along with it. Like, people recognize my work, but if people didn't recognize my work and I still had the same impact, I would continue it, because I think that the impact is what's really important, and the awards are a nice bonus, nice to look on a resume, and I appreciate them very much. But I know that I don't need them. I don't need those awards to kind of feel like I'm doing something really important.
Wow, impressive, impressive. And I know you. You have a heart of gold. I remember back in the day when you were in middle school, you would be the last one to leave the gym, even after basketball games, picking up trash, and I'm like, boy, let's go home, right?
Yes, yeah. I always stayed to clean up. I guess that shows my student leadership position, because I mean, I've always been into leadership of any type, and I like to just kind of get people going, get people riled up. So yeah.
And you are a class president of your junior class this year, right? You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I am junior class president. I thoroughly enjoy SGA, Student Government Association, at my school, and participating in that over the years has really just taught me leadership, taught me to be open minded. Uh, and when we have SGA meetings, sometimes it's hard to tell that I'm the president because um, like I spend so much time listening, because I feel like everybody in the meeting has something great to offer, and so I listen to what everybody has to contribute before I kind of pitch in what my idea or my combination of ideas. And so being junior class president is really going to be a learning experience for me, as being sophomore class vice president and freshman class president had been for me. Because going into student leadership, I really feel like as a leader, it's your job to listen. It's your job to understand what people need, what people desire in their community. And so, as a president, I'm all ears. I'm trying to be friendly with everybody, understanding everybody's needs so I can kind of work towards them and make everybody as happy as they can be at our school.
That's impressive, Adom. you seem to like the title president. Because the way you were saying it was like, as president, I like to as president, I like to that. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing. You were recently appointed at um, Points of Light Youth Council member. What is that?
Okay, so Points of Light is an organization that looks to uplift people in their communities, and every day they highlight someone who's doing good. And I was actually daily point of light honoree number 6628, which was it kind of caught me up. I didn't realize that they were taking notice to what I was doing. I mean, Points of Light is something that is associated with previous presidents and high officials, and so to be recognized by an organization like Points of Light is incredible, and to be a part of their new youth initiative is even more crazy to me. So we actually just had a meeting today because we're going to be having a youth summit in the coming weeks, and so we're really excited to have that. I believe it's next week actually, and we're going to be hosting youth, kind of inspiring them. In that, I do a DJ session in the beginning just to get everybody hyped up for the Points of Light conference. But the youth council has really been a great experience, learning from other youth who uplift their communities as well. They have projects that I personally think are like miles ahead of mine with the impact that they've had. But I'm just honored to be a part of that group, honored to be a part of some youth that are really making a difference, really purpose driven, and I enjoy taking part in that.
Wow, that's amazing. I can't wait to watch your DJ session. Do I can I watch it? Would I be able to register for the conference, or is it just open to youth?
I mean, it's a youth tailored conference, but
Okay.
technically, I believe you could register.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to see that video. Or yeah, I can't wait to see that. Now, you were named International Youth Philanthropist of the Year, Adom. What is that?
I mean, the title kind of speaks for itself. I don't know why I got it, because I feel like there's so many youth around the world who are doing things bigger than me. But I'm humbled to receive it. I'm extremely grateful to receive that from the AFP organization. They kind of highlighted my work and kind of understood how we got started and how we kind of maintained Ball for Good through the years. And for me to be highlighted, I mean, I owe that to so many people. I owe that to my mentors, my advisory boards, people who have just taught me so many things about the world of philanthropy, people who have taught me about volunteerism. I owe it to my parents, of course. I mean, there's so many people that that award is for. It's not just for me. And so to receive such a big honor internationally on a global scale is really just mind-boggling to me, and it's crazy that they recognize what I did this year.
Well, congratulations on that award and all your other awards. I know that this is your favorite award. I think is the award that you received from Rock Nation, right?
100%, 100%. I'm a huge fan of everybody from Rock Nation. Jay-Z, I listen to. I love the Black Album. I love Rock Nation just all together. It's really inspiring to see Rock Nation, the empire building, and seeing musicians I listen to on the daily, and being on that Instagram page and that Twitter page. That was insane to me. That was insane that I had the attention of such a large organization. And so everybody that knows me knows how much I love music. And so to be kind of recognized by a record label for Black History Month, that was just mind-boggling to me. And they didn't contact me. Like, I just found out. Somebody sent my mom or sent you the information that, hey, he's on Rock Nation, and I didn't believe it. I was driving the car. I was like, what? How? And you didn't know what Rock Nation was until I explained it to you. You didn't know what Rock Nation was until I explained it to you, and then you were familiar with it. You just didn't know the title. And so to receive an honor like that, I mean, that's just I take the blessing from God. That's wonderful to be recognized by someone at the stature of Jay-Z. Uh, that's incredible to me. I would cherish that for my whole life.
Yeah, you're my king already, right? Now, Adom, you have a show coming up, right? You want to tell us a little bit about the show before? I see tons of comments and questions that you're going to have to answer. But
Oh
do
boy.
you want to tell us a little bit about your upcoming show?
Yes. So my upcoming show is kind of a subsidiary of Marjy TV. It's called Kids Changing the World. It's going to be on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be highlighting youth who are kind of in the either entrepreneurial world or the business world or the philanthropy world, and kind of helping the communities one way or another. And we have several youth who are very, very high profile, definitely higher profile than me. We have a young man, Jaquil Jackson, who founded Project I Am, and he's been giving blessing bags out in his hometown and beyond. And he's been recognized by President Obama and several others. We have guests who have been on Ellen DeGeneres. We have guests who have been on Steve Harvey. I mean, it's the list is endless. We have people who are just out of this world with the amount of work they've been able to accomplish at such a young age. And so Kids Changing the World is really going to be a great, great series. It's going to be like an expansion of Everyday Heroes. And obviously it's inspired by my book behind me, Kids Can Change the World, kind of sharing that story with the world about how kids can have an impact and how you're never too young to get started, and how just having that belief, having that drive and that passion really pays off and really impacts people in a way that you may not even realize.
Yeah, I wanted to bring Jack Hill up for your viewers to see.
Hmm.
Um, yes. So this is Jaquil Jackson, founder of Project I Am. He is your first guest this coming Sunday, right?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is a great young man. I've had the privilege of sharing some time speaking with him, and I'm very excited to have him on the show.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, what I want to do is, I know you have a kind of a promo that you were running about the show, and so I wanted to bring that video up. Um, hold on. This is you know how it is, Adom.
Yep.
Mom has to figure these things out. Um, hold on. Guys, this is okay. So we're trying to bring that video up. There you go. Yes, yes, yes. So I see that you have several kids, Adom. Do you want to tell us a little bit about some of your upcoming guests other than Jaquil?
Yes. So Kill's is one of our guests. We have plenty of wonderful guests that are going to be joining us on Kids Changing the World. It's going to be a great, great time. Just 20 minutes out of your day to be inspired and kind of get uplifted by these wonderful stories. So we have Nicholas Bwama, who is a young author and really just an inspiration. He's been on Steve Harvey, recognized for his work, and he's just a ball of energy and really excited kid. And I can't wait to have him on the show. We have Gabby Goodwin from Gabby's Bows. Uh, she's the CEO of Confidence, and she created a bow design, which is just really, really cool. And it's like used for hair care, and I think that's just really, really cool what she's doing in the entrepreneurial world, and how she's showing kids that you can go into business and you can kind of work on yourself and kind of innovate and be creative, and it can really turn into something big. And so she's been featured on several networks. And so we're excited to have her. Those are just a few of the guests that we're going to be having. I mean, you can go and look at that video for images of all of the guests that we're going to be having. It's going to be really, really fun. It's going to be a nice, nice show that we're going to have on Sundays, starting this Sunday.
And are you running the show by yourself, or do you have any helpers?
Behind the scenes, we have a digital assistant, Koshi Larbisian, good friend of mine. She's an honor roll student. She was on the show last week, I believe, and she's just really great all around. Uh, Gets the job done. Uh, she's really unassuming. She's really humble, so you wouldn't recognize that she's the one kind of fueling everything. But yeah, Koshi's behind the scenes, kind of running everything, making sure that all our I's are dotted and T's are crossed, and we're really thankful for her.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, I'm excited about kids changing the world, and I can't wait to tune in. I'd like to, before we go to the questions, I'd like to talk a little bit about your hobbies. You said you like producing music. Can you tell us a little bit about your musical talents?
Yes. So, from a young age, I've always been interested in music, just in various ways. You enrolled me in piano lessons, and I took those up and loved piano recitals. I loved the public speaking that came with it, like opening up the recitals, but I loved the sound of music. And so, kind of expanding from my little piano knowledge that I'm working to kind of build back up during quarantine, I've been working in a digital audio workstation called FL Studio. It's very popular, used by several popular producers, Dr. Genius, Metro Boomin, Murder Beats, just various people who are big in the industry, and they've been inspirations to me. And so now I'm playing around with melodies, playing around with different MIDI packs and different chords, working on various beats. So I've been working in different genres. I made a jazz song for Dad for his birthday. That was kind of my kind of working my way into FL Studio because it's such a complicated platform. And so I'm beginning to learn the ropes of it, learning how to mix. And so I'm trying to get better and better at music production because it's really one of my passions, and I can just go for hours making music, making songs all day.
Wow. So when are you making me my sound, baby?
I'm working on it, working on it.
Oh, well, thank you. I'd appreciate that, you know. And one of your hobbies is reading.
Yes, definitely. I love reading. I love Jason Reynolds. I mean, I obviously love Harry Potter. There's so many series that I just am a big fan of that it's hard to name them off, but I love so many authors. I love the work that they put out. I believe that it really has a crazy impact. Just art altogether really has a crazy impact. I love art. Visual arts, be it theater or painting or whatever it is. I love art of any type, audio, visual, uh, literature. And so, in seeing that and seeing different types of books that are written, I'm inspired to write myself. I'm inspired to express myself. And seeing books about people that are similar to me, similar in similar predicaments, it's inspiring and it's eye opening because I get to share an experience with the characters in the book. And so I love reading. I love reading any type of book, really. I mean, I read nonfiction. I read self improvement books, books about financial literacy. Like, I really love books altogether.
Well, I know you do love to read. Sometimes I doubt you though, because I'm like, is this boy just trying to hide from me that he's pretending to be there with a book? But yeah, reading is a good habit. Now I know you received a scholarship to go do a camp at Yale University this summer, and the essay that you wrote, which got you the scholarship, could you tell us a little bit about that? Because I think it has something to do with reading, right?
Yes. So the essay that I wrote, it has to do in part with reading. I was inspired by books I had read, like All American Boys, but it's also to do with kind of looking up to role models in be it film or any type of media that kind of fairly represent me and fairly represent other people. And so my essay that I wrote, unfortunately, I didn't get to go to the camp because of the closures and everything. But I was really looking forward to this camp. And so I wrote this essay and was able to receive a scholarship. I was blessed that they were able to uh, read my submission and were impressed by it. I wrote about representation in media and how important that is for people to see people that look like them, and see people in positive positions and feel like they're able to do anything. Like, I know a lot of youth of color feel pigeonholed because of certain ideas that are out there about them or certain stigmas. But really, when you represent people fairly in media and in different types of things, they see themselves represented and they feel like they're capable of anything. You see Caleb McLaughlin acting for Stranger Things, and you feel like I can be an actor. You see musicians at work, you feel like you can do that. You see doctors in your life, and you feel like you can achieve that. You see people going to college. So different types of representation are very, very important for people to feel inspired, feel like they are worthy, and kind of appreciate themselves more. And so I'm a big fan of things that kind of uplift other people and highlight them so that they're able to feel that they are worthy, they are important, and that they are equally represented. And so I really loved um, Beyonce's new film Black is King on Disney Plus. We really got Disney Plus just for that because I was so inspired by that. It made me so proud to be who I am, to have my roots, and it was just inspiring. I loved the art, and anybody who knows me, I knows that I am a huge Childish Gambino, Donald Glover fan. I love Atlanta. I love Community. I love Awaken My Love, Because the Internet. I could go on for days, but I think the man is just super talented, and to see him kind of contribute to that film, and to see Jay-Z and just a bunch of people I look up to kind of contribute to that wonderful, uplifting film, while tapping into so many areas like culture, fashion, music, various parts of film industry, different things like that were really uplifting to me and really inspiring. So I just love representation altogether.
And don't you just love that 10 times a day during quarantine, you hear me sing, brown skin
See, that's a,
girl,
that's a
your
very
skin
negative
looks like.
part of the story, because after showing you that film, you sing already Brown Skin Girl and My Power at least once a day, and all the time. I have to go to another room sometimes because it's just too much.
Why, you don't like my sweet voice?
Uh, no comment. No comment.
Well, Adom, how about video games? I know you like to play video games. That's one of your hobbies. You want to tell us about that? And then we can wrap
Yes.
up.
Yes, I definitely enjoy video games. I enjoy playing Xbox, PlayStation with my friends. I really play more for the community because I'm really not very good at video games. If it's not FIFA, I'm probably going to lose. FIFA or 2K, those are kind of my fortes. And so other video games I'm not really good at, but I enjoy just being in the community space, like with my friends, having discussions. It's kind of like my way of kind of staying in touch with my peers, because during quarantine, I don't see a lot of people who are my age unless I go to Publix. So I being on Xbox is really, really fun for me. Talking on the headset, laughing with my friends. It's really just a way to have an outlet and talk to other people and kind of share this joy.
Wow. Well, thank you, Adom. It's really great having an insight into your brain and your, how you see life. Do you have, before we get to those questions, do you have a message for our viewers today?
If I could say anything to our viewers, I would say that uh, believe in what you're doing. As soon as you find something that you're passionate about, don't stop doing it, because no matter what comes with it, no matter what hardship comes with it, no matter what positivity comes with it, the real love, the real joy is going to come from doing that thing that you're really passionate about. And in continuing that, you're able to kind of perpetuate this joy and spread that joy to other people, because people see that you're authentic. People see that you love what you're doing. You're able to spread that message to other people. And so continue doing your passion, continue tapping into that. And if you haven't found your passion yet, that's completely okay. Just keep looking, keep being on the search. Always be ready to learn, because everybody in the world has something to offer. So stay open-minded and stay passion-driven.
Wow, Adom, there's so many questions I don't know. Victor says amen to what you said.
Amen.
And see, you have Beulah Hefziba saying she's very proud of you. You have Ethia saying you're eloquent, smart, poised, grounded. Oh yeah, I don't know that kid because I think I don't know Dumsky. Yes. You have so many comments. I'm trying to I'm trying to scroll through great words. Adom, amen. Dayla said thank you, Adom. Susan Myers is here.
Yes, I love that game.
Oh, Scott, what is it? I don't want to mispronounce it.
Skyrim, it's a video game that I love to play on my Nintendo Switch, and I know Thomas, my friend from school, is insanely good at Skyrim and way beyond me. Like, I'm not very good, but Thomas is really good.
Thomas is really good. That's good to know. And you have Victor is saying The Rock,
yes, ROC, the ROC. Yes, sir.
Yes, Tashma is also saying yes. And you have Karen Tracy. She's proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Oh, Epic Dumsky.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So what is the meaning of yes, sir?
Yes, sir. Like, it's just like an affirmation. Like, it can mean anything from let's go to I'm excited. I mean, it's just like, yes, sir, affirmation. Yes, positivity.
Okay. Yeah. You have Mama saying that Dumsky. Yeah, Dumsky, you got fans, man. Way to go, Adom from Elsie. Congratulations from Stephanie.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Yes. And you have Abba saying awesome, Adom. I'm scrolling through. I'm trying to find a question for you. Yes. Oh, somebody's saying, sister, you're smiling too much. Yeah. And you know, my Ghanaian family calls me sister, so I know I'm Anyako. Yes, I gotta smile. I mean, this kid is making me proud. Let me smile small. Yeah. Rachel says you're a shining star.
Thank you so much.
And Jeremiah's always got your back. He says, yes, great idea. Yes. I'm scrolling and I love this comment from Vanessa Mills Logan. She saw me play ball because I am her friend. Remember I told you I had game during the Ball for Good games?
I mean, I don't know if I would call it that, but you tried.
What? I mean, boy, I'm not even gonna go in there.
We could go outside after this. After this, we could really go outside and play.
Oh, you want to go outside?
I'm serious.
Look, viewers, wait for that video. We are gonna go outside, and I'm gonna show this boy how it's really done. Yes, sir. Well, you have Dayla saying, "What were you looking for in a mentor during your search?"
Yes, thank you for that question. That's a really great question that people really need to take into consideration. So when I was looking for a mentor, I was really thinking about their community outreach, what they had to offer that I didn't already have, and just overall wisdom and guidance that I could kind of tap into. And so Miss Thomas had that to offer because she had a wide reach in our community, and she knew a lot more than I did about the philanthropy world. And so in choosing her as my mentor, I think that was a really great decision because I was able to become really, really greatly connected. And so I still have that tie to the Spartanburg County Foundation that is associated with several big organizations. And so I've been able to meet people who I wouldn't be able to meet without that connection. So in searching for a mentor, in conclusion, really just search for someone who has something to offer that you can't get by yourself, and they have some wisdom that you think you can gain from them.
Wow, amazing. I'm really glad that you found your Aunt Mary, because I know you wouldn't listen to me, but if I have something to say to you, now I have somebody to go to, because you would listen to the Bible according to Mary, right? That's amazing. Well, we have Nick Buxton. I believe that's your soccer coach, right?
Yes, yes. Coach Nick is the man. I mean, he's always there for me, a big supporter of mine, and he gives me good playing time, so I appreciate that. But yes, we had a soccer game fundraiser this year that he was heavily involved in. It was called Kicks for Cancer. I didn't mention it earlier, but it was a great success, especially for our preliminary year. And so we were really excited to have that going on. We had a big team kind of working concessions, working the game. It was just a really great environment. I mean, the only downside is that it was super hot, but Upward had us really greatly accommodated. So big shouts out to Upward. I go there to play basketball, soccer all the time. So that was such a great fundraiser and just a great time for everybody.
Now, how did you get Upward? Did they charge you?
No, they didn't. They were actually very courteous to us, and we had a connection through my coach, my basketball coach, Coach Blue, Coach Charles Blue, and he's one of the most inspirational people ever, really. I mean, he's a man of God. He's always preaching to our team, and I just really appreciate him and how he's able to kind of raise us as young men, but also look out for us when we have something going on. So we had this basketball game going on, and Coach Blue was our connection. I mean, not basketball, soccer game going on, and Coach Blue was our connection. He was our in to Upward.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now you have Nalam Yako saying, proud of you, my Adom.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Susan is asking, what do you use to make music? What instruments do you use, Adom?
Okay, so what I use primarily is my laptop. I use a Razer laptop just because a Windows laptop is typically easier to get around with plugins and programs. I use my Mac sometimes when I'm on the go just because of the battery life. But the Razer laptop, and then I plug that into a MIDI keyboard, which pretty much gives you kind of access to various instruments because you can play them and record yourself. And so now I'm looking at investing in a pop filter for the microphone I have, as well as a audio interface so I can record directly into FL Studio.
Like all these things that you're talking about, I mean, investing in it, is it with my money?
No. I mean, unless you want to.
Oh, no.
In which case, I would gladly appreciate a grant from you for my music. But if not, then I can work on it myself.
Adom, you are so funny. We have Sylvia Akwabwa saying, oh, your son is so inspiring. Well, thank you, Sylvia. He inspires me sometimes too. And Susan Lee says, oh my gosh, Nick is fantastic. Yeah, that's Coach Nick Buxton. And Victor is laughing at, I don't know if he's laughing at me. Victor likes to pick on me, so maybe he's laughing at you, he's laughing at me. I'm gonna get you, Victor. Well, Adom, you have been amazing. Thank you so much for your time and for your enthusiasm, and I am looking forward to watching kids changing the world. Now there's a question from Victor for you. You have to answer this. Be truthful.
Be entirely truthful. Okay.
Who is the better dancer?
I'll compose myself. I'm the better dancer.
What?
Yes, 100%. 100%. I'm the better dancer. I have the moves. I can bust out the wave, like a little something, I'm really the better dancer.
No, I can do that.
No, I don't know about all that. No.
Well, guys, Adom and I love to dance. Sometimes we make videos and post on social media even. I shouldn't say I used to be. I am a great dancer. At least I know. Come on, Adom, don't make that face. What? Yeah, I am a great dancer. It's just that when you have kids, sometimes they take your mojo from you. So I think Adom has taken some of my mojo and yeah. But I'm a pretty good dancer. But folks, this is Adom Appiah, 16-year-old kid. He is young, talented, and Black. He is my king, my young king, because my big king was over there. Yeah, my young king, I am so proud of you, Adom. You did a wonderful job today. I don't think we have any more questions from the audience. We have Rachel saying, oh, yes. Is she talking to me? I think it's a girl dance emoji. So she's saying I am a good dancer, Adom.
Okay, yeah, you are a good dancer. I'm just better, you know. It's not.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, I am looking forward to meeting you one-on-one outside for that basketball game. I got to show you what I got, right?
We can maybe go tomorrow. I think it's storming, and I'm kind of hungry.
Oh, I can play in the storm. I'm just that good.
I don't know about that. We could go tomorrow.
Well, viewers, this is Humanity Chats with Marjy. We do this on Thursdays at 7 p.m. We just talk about everyday issues. Next week, we're going to have an awesome guest. She's a mother of 4. She has some very interesting stories to share with us. She's been part of the travel industry. She is big on mental health. Her name is Brandy Fisher. And so I would invite you to join us in the studios at 7 p.m. Eastern next Thursday. But, you know, this Sunday, we have Kids Changing the World, hosted by Adom Appiah, with Koshi Labisian behind the scenes coming to you. And their first guest is Jaquil Jackson. And so, yes, tune in 3 p.m. Eastern to watch these amazing kids. And I believe that there is an August lineup for the show. And that lineup, let me see. Let me try to bring that up. The August lineup, I believe, is Gabby Goodwin, inventor of Gabby Bows, and she is the CEO of Confidence, and of course, Jaquil Jackson of Project I Am. So this show is going to be every other Sunday, right, Adom?
Yes, that is correct.
Yes, it's going to be every other Sunday, and Adom and Koshi have some amazing guests lined up. The show is going to be on Marjy TV and YouTube, and also for our younger audience, Adom's social media is I am Adom Appiah. Let me type that and bring it up on the screen. I am Adom Appiah, and he is going to be having conversations with these guests on his social media page, right, Adom?
I will, yes. On my Instagram, it's going to be on Instagram Live.
Yes, on Instagram Live, he will be having that conversation. But tune into YouTube, tune into Marjy TV to watch the show. Now, viewers, it was really great talking to you all. I enjoyed talking to Adom. This is Humanity Chats with Marjy. We've had a great time. Thank you so much for joining us. And, you know, don't forget to subscribe to Marjy TV on YouTube for more content. Marjy TV is also on Facebook and on Instagram. So follow Marjy TV on social media to keep you abreast with everything human. And it was really good seeing you all. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for staying engaged. And Adom and I would like to say bye to you. Have a good night and God bless.